Thanks for being with us tonight for OpenLine. I'm here with Diane Dameron, a health and fitness coach. We appreciate you being here, talking all things fall and holidays coming up, and trying to keep your lifestyle when it comes to eating and exercise really in check during a very tempting type of season. We promised folks a pumpkin penne recipe before we went to break. Now, this is interesting. When you first said it, I was like, oh, I don't know if you're going to sell me on this, but the more you talked about it, I was like, okay.
I've gotten that reaction a lot, but once everybody tries it, they really, really like it. And it's surprising. I've even surprised myself. The more I've eaten it, the more I really like it.
Okay, so what goes into it?
Right. And I did this, if you go to the News Channel 5 website or my website, either one, you can it'll have the link. But there's the picture. I did it with Leland about a week or so ago, and all that goes into it, you'll saute your canned pumpkin that we showed the picture of a minute, the little pumpkin. With I used some chicken stock and Greek yogurt, and
to make it creamy.
Right, to kind of create that sauce, and some onions and garlic, and it's just, you kind of saute that. And honestly, from start to finish, like if you come home at night, start to finish, the longest part is boiling the pasta.
Oh wow.
And there's the picture of it there on the right, and it's just made. I use whole wheat penne and chicken sausage. Put some chicken sausage in it with some fresh sage, and I also use grated nutmeg. And you can get, to me, nutmeg is a spice that is almost like a warm kind of spice.
And a little goes a long way,
yes,
I think.
Yeah. And I use the freshly grated stuff. There you can see it. There on the left is the freshly grated nutmeg, and then the sage, and then of course Parmesan. Everything's better with cheese.
Sure.
So I grate a little bit of Parmesan on top of it. And all the recipe, like I said, you can go to the News Channel 5 website and see the demo of it.
Go under Talk of the Town. It'll be there.
Right. And then also it's on my blog too, the step-by-step recipe for it.
So just to go over real quickly, you would make your sauce, and then do you saute the chicken sausage in that sauce?
Yeah, because the chicken sausage, when you buy it like in the links like that, it's already cooked. So you can just add that. Like I said, the longest part, you can make your sauce while the pasta's boiling. The hardest part is waiting for the water to boil.
So here you have a healthy meal that really can be done in probably 20 minutes or less. From start to finish.
And you make it, that recipe makes at least 4 to 6 servings. So what I would like to, and it keeps really well, just like most pastas, you know, it keeps really well. So, you know, save it for lunch the next day and take it. And you don't have to add the chicken sausage. It could certainly be like a side dish, you know, for something else if you had like roasted chicken or, you know, whatever you had that night.
That's a great idea. Okay, so pumpkin but savory.
Yeah, and it's really, and I add a little bit of apple cider vinegar to it to kind of, you know, and honestly, pumpkin is a fruit. Any type of gourd, it's a fruit. I don't know, for some reason, however it keeps the seeds, right. So it's you know, it's a lot like a tomato in that it's a tomato's a fruit as well, and it kind of has some acid that goes really well, and it, you know, so just kind of think of it as a tomato, and it's so much I feel like more of a comfort food than tomato sauce, because it's just thick and creamy, and especially when you add in the Greek yogurt,
Okay, I'm going to try this. You sold me on it. I will try it. And give it a taste for sure. Interesting. All right. So if you want more on that recipe, either go to Diane's website and we will show you that, or just go to our website, newschannel5.com. Look under Talk of the Town, and it will be there, video and all, probably, right?
Yeah.
Hey, easy, even better. You can get a tutorial via video. We have Bob back on the line. He had one more thought. Bob, what was your second thought that you wanted to share?
Well, it's a sweet potato season.
Yes.
Potatoes are delicious, and cook them right and everything, you know, and go well with the pumpkin.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob. You know, he brings up a great point. There are so many things that are in harvest right now that are wonderful for you, and that kind of have a sweetness to them. You don't have to add a lot of butter or sugar to them.
Absolutely, and that's why I love to eat seasonally. So whenever, like all the things, think about fall colors and fall season, and that's really what is in season. Not only is it going to taste the best when it's in season, but it's going to be the cheapest. So like if you can go to a farmer's market or just shopping locally in your grocery store, you know, sweet potatoes, pumpkins, and what I like about, back to my butternut squash, sweet potatoes and butternut squash, and carrots and all the things, that beta carotene. So actually it makes your skin glow from the outside.
And who doesn't want that?
That's right. And it's also good for your eyes, and vitamin A and potassium and all that kind of stuff. So it's excellent for you. And it does, you're right, when you roast things, you know, some of those, the darker the color, the sweeter the berry, and the same goes for fall and winter squash, and even greens, you know, like kale and Brussels sprouts and all that kind of stuff, the greens and the oranges that are in season right now. And whenever you roast things, you don't have to, if things are when they taste good in and of themselves, you don't have to add a lot to them.
Right, maybe just a little olive oil every now and then, some salt and pepper, and bam.
Yeah, and when I'm, I'm not a sugar-free type person, but if I do add anything sweet to it, I try to always go as natural as possible. So let's say you're making a sweet potato casserole for Thanksgiving. I like to add maple syrup because it's not just sweet, it has kind of a smoky, kind of natural flavor, plus it's a natural sweetener to it, and I always add nuts, something kind of crunchy like some walnuts or even pecans or something like that, instead of marshmallows, because you want texture and you want something on top. So I kind of do a crumble top instead of the sweet potato, the marshmallow top.
Yeah, a lot better for you right there.
Yeah.
Although some people always go in for that second scoop of marshmallows.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll take most of the topping and just a little bit of sweet
But the
potato
thing too
underneath.
is when you have the thing about leftovers is when those marshmallows are left over in the refrigerator, they just get runny and kind of a funny texture. So walnuts stay for
They'll
days.
work.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I do want to talk about sugar, and you showed me some crazy food labels that kind of put it all in perspective when we're talking about all that pumpkin spice stuff right now. And of course, a pumpkin spice latte from a big coffee company, Starbucks, is all the rage.
Right.
And man, it will destroy your waistline.
Yes. And the thing about it is, I mean, the recipe that I showed just then is real pumpkin. Like, it has real pumpkin. Most of your pumpkin spice, whatever aisle you're down or store you're in, there's not a drop of pumpkin in what it is that you're having. But so sugar, yes. Most all of it, like I said a minute ago, it's an expensive way for you to eat sugar. Basically, is all this pumpkin spice rage. Most nutritionists recommend for adults somewhere between 16 and 20 grams of sugar, added sugar per day, and for kids only about 12 grams of sugar. So a Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, just a grande, has 49 grams of sugar. So that's about, you're getting about and you're just going to drink a beverage, like you're not even chewing anything, and you've got 3 times your daily sugar intake in just one drink.
In just one drink.
Right.
One drink.
And let's say you added, and the worst part too is like all these seasonal flavors.
Yes.
They come out with these, each year they have something new. Like I think now there's like the peppery chocolate something or another, spicy chocolate. The salted caramel mocha latte. It has, grande has 56 grams of sugar.
Man, that's a diet buster, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now, there are substitutions. You're not saying, deprive yourself, don't indulge a little bit, but you can make some smart substitutions.
I'm not anti-coffee. I like coffee. It's very good for you, and it, as long as you're not drinking like 12 cups a day, 1 to 3 cups a day is good. But the thing, what's so bad is those pumps that they do, the pumps of syrup that they're putting in. Just one pump has 5 to 10 grams of sugar. So what I'd say is just get a grande, just a black coffee, and you can ask for 1 pump. Just say 1 pump of pumpkin spice or the whatever flavor you want, and then just add in a dose of, if you're into your lattes, add in a dose of skim milk or 1% milk, and you're getting a little shot of protein and not all the sugar and fat of cream and 4 pumps of whatever.
Everything else that goes into it. So it may not taste as incredible as a pumpkin spice latte, but you can still get the sense of it, for sure.
And you can even step down. Like if you're used to that, maybe get 2 pumps for like a week, and then step down to 1 pump. And and like I said, you're not even chewing anything with that. If you were to get, let's say you got a pumpkin scone from Starbucks, just 1 scone has 43 grams of sugar. So you could be, like if you went in and got a snack, which would be like, pumpkin spice latte and a scone, you would have enough sugar for basically a week in just a snack. So,
oh my goodness.
And again, I'm not trying to shame anybody or say, just we need to think about things so that we're not doing this every single day and thinking that,
why am I getting fat?
Right.
Why is my, insulin out of control?
Right. And we, the holidays are coming up, and to create a healthy lifestyle, you want to have healthy habits. And so it usually takes anywhere about 3 weeks, an average of 3 weeks for something to become a habit. So let's say you've got this habit now of your pumpkin spice latte and your scone. Create a healthy habit, and by Thanksgiving, you will have healthier habits, so that you don't have to, you're not already packing on the pounds for the holidays.
Yeah, because most people, you know what's coming with the Halloween, the Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and you're like, okay, here we go, it's sweet time and chocolate and parties and alcohol, and then January 1, you're stuck going, what the heck did I just do to myself? Now I've got to get in shape. And that's a terrible way to start the year.
And I think, you can still enjoy the holidays and make, pick your poisons, you know, and you know, pick your battles as to what you want, and you can still enjoy it and just plan ahead. Plan, say, okay, I'm going to this party and I'm going to have this, but you don't have to do it every single day for every single meal, and you know.
And then what a great way to start the year, not saying I've got to lose 20 pounds.
You can, you know, put it to storage, or you know, say like I'm going to clean up my closet, or you know, can save it for something else.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. Exercise also has to be a very big component of living a healthy lifestyle. It's not all made in the kitchen, although that's part of it too. Is it really a balance?
It is, and I think, you know, most people are more successful when they do both, when they have both, you know, nutrition and exercise together. A lot of people will say weight loss is, you know, I've heard a lot of people say this, and it drives me crazy, that 90% of weight loss is what you eat, is diet. And, you know, I say don't diet, live it, but really, you cannot, you can be what's called skinny fat. You know, you can be, you can eat basically nothing and still be fairly thin, but that doesn't mean you're healthy. I would rather somebody be extremely fit and, you know, who works out, is, you know, gets good exercise, and maybe a couple pounds overweight. And I'm not saying overweight, but, you know, you don't necessarily have to be skinny. Skinny is not the goal. Healthy is the goal. And I think, you know, you can work in, especially this time of year, it can be hard, you know, especially when the days are getting shorter, how you fit it in. And you really need to get 30 to 60 minutes of moderate exercise per day. But that doesn't have, you don't think about your day. If you're not working out right now, let's say you're not working out at all, and you think, where am I going to find 30 minutes? The biggest excuse I always hear is I don't have time. Well, you do. If you have time to check Facebook, you have time to exercise, I promise.
Now, that is some truth right there. Okay, now we always hear the 30 minutes. After the break, I want you to break it down. There's practical ways we can fit that in. So if that's something that you need in your life, if that's some truth that you need, stick around. We'll be right back.